Let's get this over with. $450 for a console has become the standard for game systems in this day and age, but that does not make it right. I mean, come on. The original Switch is $299 at launch in 2017, which would be $387 today when adjusted for inflation, making the Switch 2 at $450 outrageously expensive, even by today's standards. What's worse, there's nothing new to the console aside from a few bells and whistles, like the mic button, which they charge you to use. Seriously, you have to pay for a monthly subscription in order to use the Nintendo version of Discord. They market this shit like it's revolutionary technology, when really they're only just now making it possible to communicate with others online. The original Xbox from 2002 was capable of party chat, and it didn't require you to pay to use a whole ass button on the controller, so nice going, Nintendo. You can keep your mic button, and while you're at it, shove it up your ass. Not only does this doohickey have a button you have to pay $20 annually to use, but if you're up for another charge, you get the privilege of streaming your face to your friends too. That's right. This dogshit camera for your Switch that was built by children in China is gonna set you back just over $50. Yes, $50 fucking dollars for something I can buy bootleg on Temu, and it'd probably be from the same factory. How generous. Now, the biggest issue I have is that by paying top dollar for old games and consoles, we as consumers are directly signaling to Nintendo that they can do whatever the hell they want. The reason they're not making new games is because people will still buy the old ones, and better yet, they'll buy them for even more money than they were originally sold for. So, stop buying from Nintendo. It's blatantly obvious that they, as a company, don't give a flying fuck about their customers. And it's all about the almighty dollar. I'm sick of it. Plus, charging $80 for a video game only paves the way for every other company to jack up the prices of their games. Speaking of $80 games, Mario Kart World is set to release in June for the low price of $80. $80 fucking dollars. I'm not kidding. I could get myself a gluten-friendly IHOP 4-stack with strawberry syrup roughly 6 times with that amount of money, which frankly I'd rather do than play the same game I already know. For shit's sake, there's been 16 different Mario Karts. Give it a rest. And don't bother trying to escape the ridiculous game prices by purchasing an older title, because these asswipes already thought of that. Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U came out in 2013 at $60, was later lowered to $20 as a Nintendo Select, and then jumped back up to $60 for the Switch version. If you're a parent, then I'm truly sorry for the stress you're going to feel at Christmas time, since Nintendo is fully aware that their player base is primarily children, and children are unable to conceptualize how much $450 is, let alone an additional $60 to $80 for a single game. All these kids know is that there's a new console, and my god do they want it. And I know it's already clear that this console isn't worth the price tag, but there's more to cover. The Switch 2 is being marketed as a powerful, groundbreaking system that will knock your socks off, with the Nintendo website boasting about its ability to achieve up to 4K resolution and up to 120 FPS, but it's important to note that it can't do both at the same time. I don't think I need to say this, but it should be standard at this point for a brand new console in 2025 to be able to output 4K and 120 FPS. Both the Xbox Series X and S are able to, as well as the PS5. So what's your excuse, Nintendo? Do you have low T or something? Because I'm failing to see why you can't get it up. The frame rate, that is. And don't try to cope by saying that it's because there are more physical limitations on a Switch, as opposed to larger consoles. The latest iPhone, the 15, can play 4K movies with ease, and that son of a bitch is far more compact than a Switch. Make it make sense. If your last gaming system was a Nokia, then you should probably get the Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour. It'll be $10 and one of your kidneys, but it'll teach you how to use the console. Jokes aside, $10 for a game that walks you through how to use the buttons on the controllers is insanity. I can't believe the balls on this motherfucker. I'm gonna pay $450 for this dogshit excuse for a console, and now I have to pay $10 to learn how to use it? Gee, what a deal. The very first thing a consumer experiences with their new device is the built-in software. When I was a kid, I loved screwing around with Flipnote on my DSi, Wii Sports on my Wii, and Nintendo Land on my Wii U. No more of that apparently, unless every kid's mommy and daddy wants to show out for a basic game that should come free with the console. Not to mention the fact that Nintendo's charging $60 for a new version of Wii Sports, which was originally a free demo in 2006. All they did was suck the life out of the game, change the colors, and slap a new price tag on it. But what's even worse than having to pay outrageous prices for games is the fact that you can never own them. Get this, you buy your shitty remake of Wii Sports for $60, download it to your library, and then load it into one of your consoles, only to unload it when you're done playing. You see, if you have a digital library, you can have 5 Nintendo Switch consoles and download the whole library onto all of them. But with this handy new system, you have to load your digital games one at a time. That way only one copy of the game can exist at a time. Oh, and I forgot to mention, you can allow a member of your family group to use one of your digital games for up to 14 days, but then they lose access. How awesome, right? I really don't understand how these bastards sleep at night. They act like this is more convenient for the consumer, but in reality, it's just a way to prevent game sharing. It would be better if they just came out and said that they're against game sharing, but no, they have to spin it as if it's not about driving up purchases. And to provide you with yet another reason why you're never going to buy this fuck-ass console, let me introduce you to physical keycards. Picture this. You drove your ass to GameStop, paid $80 for the new Mario Kart, and got home only to open the case and find out that there's nothing but a digital keycard inside the box. That's right. Your case holds nothing but the license to the game, and you're gonna need to download the game using an internet connection. What a fucking joke. What is even the point of buying a physical game card? It's just Nintendo's way of preventing game sharing yet again. And when the Switch 2 becomes geriatric and Nintendo decides to shut down the servers, enjoy not being able to play any of your games since the game key has nothing on it. Then you'll have a $450 and change waste of space sitting in your living room, as well as a growing sense of betrayal. Nice. Let's also not forget the storage it's going to take to have all of these games downloaded. The Switch 2 parades its 256GB storage around like it's something worth noting, but that's a bare minimum amount of storage in this day and age. If you're planning on downloading a AAA title, prepare for it to eat up a large portion of your storage. Full transparency, I'm an Xbox guy all the way, and while I have my gripes about Microsoft, I appreciate the fact that the company actually allows me to game share, as well as do other basic things like, talk to people. So, great work, Nintendo. Your voice chat is some really groundbreaking stuff. Also, have fun taking your new game home and downloading it using your smoking router, since not everyone is fortunate enough to live in a big city with great internet. Perhaps you could go to your local library and use their internet. I hear it's free. Or better yet, just don't buy a fucking Switch. And for the final kicker, you can get a Switch 2 for roughly $100 cheaper, with only a small catch. It's region locked to Japanese Nintendo accounts and only allows one language: Japanese. How awesome is it that you get to pay an extra $100 to be able to read and use your language? What's even stranger about this is that the console isn't being manufactured in Japan. It's being made in Vietnam. So, what the hell? And mind you, these are the prices before tariffs. Enjoy however else much they slap on to offset tariffs, or take what's behind curtain number 2. Oh, you want to hear what's behind curtain number 2? Sure. Absolutely nothing. Just don't buy from Nintendo. It's that simple. They obviously don't care about their consumers, aka you, so why would you throw your hard-earned money into their pockets? If Nintendo can't produce a reasonably priced, good console, then they don't deserve your money. This economy is fucking most people up, and it's not worth falling deeper into a hole over Mario Kart. I know it's less fun, but if you need a video game console, check out Facebook Marketplace or eBay for an older console. You'll be able to play good, nostalgic games for pennies on the dollar. And that's all I've got to say for now. Goodbye.